I've been watching, or rather listening to, the Star Trek Con audio drama that they've been putting out on the official Star Trek channel, and I've just been super frustrated. The entire premise is awful. The fact that they want to humanize Khan, they want to get you sympathetic with Khan, turn him into this protagonist who really is just a good guy who cares about his family, right? It's so insulting to what came before in Star Trek. It's hard to get past. And I've tried to, in my last review, actually out of episode 8, say, you know what, I'm trying to get past that and actually look at it just without that, because if I look at it, I've already looked at that aspect of it. Unfortunately, it's hard to separate from that, especially when it comes to this conclusion in episode 9. Now, they released Star Trek Con. I listened to it. Here's the full review of what they botched and just how this ruins Khan's legacy, ruins everything that came before, because they just wanted to do some weird modernistic crap with all of this. And this is the main problem with everybody involved in Star Trek modern times. They cannot tell a story. They cannot explore strange new worlds because they're busy exploring strange new genders. They don't have heroes. They don't have masculine heroes. Even the masculine villain, they can't do it because they don't understand what masculinity is. And so they can't even just do anything on a basic level right in the writing. It all sounds like this chick lit voice where somebody's just trying to like make these fifis all the time. And this one's especially insulting as we get into it in just a moment. So please hit the like and subscribe button and join us here as we talk about all things Star Trek, guys. Getting very close to 1,000 subscribers. We're like 75 away as of the recording of this. Get us there this weekend. Tell your friends about this channel. Share this out. Thank you guys for being here and getting us there. We'll be hopefully monetized shortly, and I'm very excited about that. I'm a sci-fi writer myself, so when I talk about this stuff, I do it from a writing perspective. I've written 25 plus sci-fi novels and 13 plus graphic novels. I've done an audio drama in the Warhammer 40K universe. Done a lot of stuff. And I actually pitched Star Trek novels back in the day before I was blacklisted for my YouTube content. Got very, very close. I was talking with the editors there, and we could have done something very, very cool. It was a Next Generation story. It was me and a co-writer who actually was a writer on the Next Generation TV show. But that fell by the wayside. And so I decided I just want to do this myself. I'll make my own universe, do my own thing. I'll make more money anyway, because these guys don't get paid much, these writers. That's another thing. And I've got a trilogy. I wrote an entire trilogy in advance because I wanted to bring you real characters. And I know that to get a lot of characterization, you really need a lot, like more than one book to do so. And that way you can really have a lot to dive into and sink your teeth into. So I wrote Valiant Frontiers. It's 3 books. Each one of them has its own Planet of the Week adventure, much like you're watching a season of Next Generation or whatnot. You're going to enjoy this if you love real Star Trek. Just grab the ebooks if you I know the economy's tough. $15. I'm not asking for a lot here. That's $5 an ebook, pretty standard fare, and then you can start reading and then join in on this universe. Really appreciate you guys being here. This is in the description below. Thank you so much, and thank you for almost getting us monetized so far on this channel. Let's get into this review. So as you can see, this is it. Star Trek Con. They just do the same image every single time, I guess, to save money. This one here is the very, very end of it. Khan's been on the planet. SETI Alpha 6 got destroyed. It's ruined SETI Alpha 5 where Kirk left him, and so he blames Kirk for that. His augments and the like have met an alien species that also crash landed here. That alien species actually was the reason SETI Alpha 6 got destroyed, it turned out. It doesn't matter. Khan blamed Kirk anyway. And they had some fights back and forth. Now, they have built a starship that can fit 4 people in it, and Khan has co-opted that to where he's going to bring himself and his daughter, which he had with Marla MacGyvers from the original series. She's dead now, too. And then a couple others of his crew. And they've got the promise that they're going to go off into space and bring people back to rescue them. But Khan has no intention of doing so. He's just going to leave them to die because he doesn't care. Now, this all already flies in the face of Khan. Khan is a leader. He is a tyrant, but he's a leader. His people, his augments that he brought with him, are his people, and he always had a penchant for taking care of them, for them being part of his team, and it made a lot of sense. Now, he has no loyalty to them, no care for them whatsoever. That's already a problem just from the setup of this. Now, we get into this episode, and a couple of things just drive me crazy. One, the aliens who, they were going to, go out into the starship and actually come back for everybody. Khan took the seat of one of the aliens and actually announced it to everybody, and the alien just kind of backed down for plot purposes. It just doesn't make sense. Like, even if the aliens are the nicest, selfless people out there, the alien, still needs to get rescued, and he knows Khan's not going to come back and rescue anybody, so why would he just allow that? These aliens are more powerful than Khan and his people. They could have just shut all this down from the begin with and not even told Khan about it. It's just a nonsensical plot point on this level. Now, Khan goes up, and there's these lesbians who had a baby also, and they want to have their baby get on the plot thing too. And then one of Khan's sycophants now decides that Khan's bad, and he knows Khan's bad, which they, because he's going to co-opt the starship, and he's plotting a revolt about this to take out Khan and get on the starship himself. So this is what's going on in the background of all this. Now, Khan gets helped by the alien to stop the usurper. The lesbians make a deal with him. You got to bring the baby on there too. And then Khan, in an uncharacteristic move, decides to selflessly sacrifice his seat so the baby can go on there along with his child, so that way they can have a shot at getting out of there. And he sacrifices himself for the good of the children. Khan. Yeah. It's nonsensical. And so they really attempted to humanize Khan and make you care about Khan and be like, he really wasn't that bad of a guy. Captain Kirk just drove him to madness. And it's painful. Now, there's a wrapper story to this where it's like somebody's researching this in the future, and it's a woman who's emotional and angry and annoying and cries all the time. And she's interacting with Tuvok and Captain Sulu through this entire deal, who are skeptical of why she's doing this. And I called in my last review that she's going to turn out to be the long-lost daughter of Khan and didn't know it. Sure enough, they did exactly that with the plot. And so, yes, obvious plot there was obvious. I would have I thought that this was going to happen the way it was, that, of course, she was going to get on the starship. I thought that Khan something was going to happen to force him off of the ship, like the insurrection. I thought maybe they'd win or something like that, and he'd be left there, and that's what makes him even angrier or whatever. You took my daughter from me. Would have made more sense instead of him sacrificing himself to be like a good person. But I thought the plot went almost exactly the way I expected it to. Now, Tuvok says he's known that she was all along, and it gets really weird from there, even in the wrapper of this. So we've got Khan acting way out of character, being selfless, but also being stupid and not wanting to help his people, but really just wanting to help like a couple of the young babies and things like that. It's really just like this, like all of this plot line didn't make any sense. Why is he act so stupid this entire time when he's supposed to be this super genius who's smarter than everybody else? Like, wouldn't he come up with a super genius plan to save his people? And then he'd have these loyal people who he really rescued off of a planet to like start an empire with, which is what he actually wants. That's what you'd think, but oh well. The plot contrivances is the plot contrivances. Now, this plot contrivance is really silly too. She's obviously been mad and expecting James T. Kirk was a bad person, going to find that out, and she's sad that wasn't the case. Turns out Khan was bad after all, but they just showed Khan was good, so I don't understand like that he was rescuing her and putting her off there, and she's wondering why he didn't then come to see her and took the Reliant and tried to go after James T. Kirk and rather than actually trying to help his posterity. And she's sad about that. And it's like, oh gosh, like cry me a river. I want you to go away. And Tuvok like shows, well, he thought you were dead, obviously. And so he didn't care about that. Now, Tuvok said something really, really stupid and very, very un-Vulcan at this. Again, it's just characterization problems after characterization problems. Vulcans are logical beings. And he tries to console this girl. And he goes, at least Khan showed he had the capacity to love, and there is comfort in that. Okay, comfort is a human emotion. Capacity to love is an emotional sort of thing. That's illogical for you to say, Tuvok. It's retarded. So why are you saying this when you're like the Vulcan guy who's logical? That's a not Tuvok thing to say. If they had Captain Sulu saying that, I could buy it. But they had the Vulcan say it. It's like, did you not just pay any attention to Star Trek whatsoever? It's infuriating. And they ended with that. And she said that she's going to quit Starfleet now and ditch and all that because like she's an augment and that's terrible. And then Tuvok says he's going to help fight for augment rights because they're oppressed minorities. It's like, and then she actually does the line, again, a 2025ism. I didn't know I'd turn you into an activist. Like, and it's obvious. It's like, well, that's what you guys are. And this is, again, just a self-insert from this lady who wrote this. obviously she's an activist, and that's what they're doing with Star Trek, is turning it into this weird activist crap where everything's a self-insert and it's all identity politics all the time. So Tuvok's going to fight for the minorities who Starfleet's oppressing. Again, just a mischaracterization of Starfleet in general, but they're doing that with the augments and with Khan and all that now. It's really, really weird. I guess they trying to parallel with the X-Men or something like that, but it's just not Star Trek, and that's exactly what this ended up being, not Star Trek. Very, very sad. Now, there's a book that Greg Cox wrote that actually covered this era and actually was much more true to Khan and much more true to things. It's called To Reign in Hell. I think it's getting very, very expensive to find. So let me take a look at this. It's called Khan To Reign in Hell, and it's on Amazon. And this is it right here. It's not terribly expensive, but like mass market paperbacks and hardcovers are usually not this price for Star Trek books. So I would sweep these up before they disappear, because this is a much better iteration of this Star Trek than the Khan book is. And if you like my thoughts as well, and you want to check out some cool books that are new and different, it doesn't have the brand on it, but it is good science fiction. So I hope you'll enjoy it. It's in the description below. Support our channel and support us. Thank you for being here. And do hit the like and subscribe button. Get us the 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate you being here. We'll be back soon.